This is part 2 of my art analysis of the painting The Boating Party by Mary Cassatt. In part 1, I showed some examples of where I believe that Mary Cassatt multi-referenced the artist Pierre-Auguste Renoir in The Boating Party. Artists would often multi-reference more than one artist, and in The Boating Party, Mary Cassatt also multi-referenced the artist Caspar Friedrich, which I will show you some examples here in part 2. Please keep in mind that this is all my opinion, this is not in any books, but take a look for yourself and see if you agree. The term multi-referencing is a new definition for the word that I created, where an artist takes small parts from several works of art by another artist and incorporates these parts into a single artwork. Looking at the painting itself, the man is rowing a boat out into the sea, and a woman and her child are coming with him. The woman looks at the man lovingly, and the man, we can't see his face very well, but his dark shirt makes a silhouette of a wolf facing to the left. The man might intend to ravish the woman, and the woman may have the same thoughts. Her hat is shaped like a horse's saddle. Some of the references which I'll show you add to this story, and I'll point them out as they come along. This first painting, which I want to show you where Mary Cassatt references Friedrich's artwork, is the painting On a Sailing Ship, painted in 1818 by Caspar Friedrich. It's at the Hermitage Museum in St. Petersburg. Both paintings of On a Sailing Ship and The Boating Party have a theme of a man and a woman on the boat. Friedrich painted a wood post on the bow of the boat, angled up and to the right, like the oar handle in The Boating Party. The men in both paintings wear dark-colored hats, and Friedrich's woman faces the same direction as Cassatt's rowing man. The lower sail on the right edge of On a Sailing Ship is a mirror image of the sail on the left edge of The Boating Party. The horizontal rectangular shapes of the ship at the bottom of Friedrich's painting is repeated in the horizontal rectangular shapes at the bottom of Mary Cassatt's painting. The next Friedrich painting which I want to compare with Cassatt's The Boating Party is The Big Enclosure, painted around 1832 by Caspar Friedrich. It's at the Gallery New Meister in Dresden, Germany. Here we see the horizontal strip of blue skyline along the horizon of the big enclosure. It's also seen on the strip of blue skyline at the top edge of The Boating Party. The shape in the lower left corner of Friedrich's painting of water is repeated as the yellow oar handle in the lower left of Cassatt's painting. The next Friedrich painting here is Landscape on Rügen with Rainbow, painted around 1810. It's at the classic Stiftung, Weimar, in Germany. Friedrich's rainbow has a similar curve as the left edge of the boat in The Boating Party. The horizontal thin blue line of water across the landscape on Rügen with Rainbow is referenced as the horizontal thin blue line of sky across the top edge of The Boating Party. The yellow-green strip of land on Friedrich's painting on the left edge and side is repeated as a similar color of the oar handle in Cassatt's painting. It's a similar shape, but not quite the same. Friedrich's man faces to the left and wears a dark-colored hat, like the rowing man in The Boating Party. Next, we'll look at Woman in Front of the Setting Sun, painted in 1818 by Caspar Friedrich. It's at the Museum Folkwang in Essen, Germany. Friedrich's woman has her back to the viewer and wears a dark long-sleeved shirt with a dark collar, like the dark long-sleeved rower in Cassatt's painting, who also has his back to the viewer. The next painting is The Cross Beside the Baltic, painted around 1815 by Caspar Friedrich. It's at the Charlottenburg Palace in Berlin. The white round moon, or maybe it's the sun, in Friedrich's painting is referenced by the off-white round hats worn by the mother and child in Mary Cassatt's painting. The blue arc of sky in The Cross Beside the Baltic is also seen in the blue arc of water in Cassatt's painting on the left side between the boat and the sail. The vertical part of Friedrich's wooden cross is also seen in the boating party as the small vertical wooden peg connecting the oar to the boat. It's possible to read more into this reference, saying that the cross is reduced in size and no longer has its horizontal in the boating party. They're not very Christian with their intentions. The next painting here is Man and Woman Contemplating the Moon, painted around 1824 by Caspar David Friedrich. It's at the Alt National Gallery in Berlin. The subject of a man and a woman is seen in both paintings, with the man on the right with a dark outfit facing away from the viewer. The dark-colored lower branch to the left of the trunk in the Friedrich painting is referenced by the dark-colored left shoulder and outstretched arm in Mary Cassatt's painting. The title, Man and Woman Contemplating the Moon, could also be considered a reference to the story of the boating party. That is to say that the couple is considering doing something crazy. References often add more to the story. This Friedrich painting I'm going to butcher. It's called Reisengeberg Landscape, painted in 1835. It's at the National Museum of Art, Architecture and Design in Oslo, Norway. Here we see the yellow-green hillside in Friedrich's landscape in the lower left corner of the painting, which has a color and shape like the yellow-green oar handle in Mary Cassatt's painting. This is Snowy Cottage, painted in 1827 by Caspar David Friedrich. It's at the Alt National Gallery in Berlin. The steep angle of the top of white snow on the left edge of the Snowy Cottage painting is referenced by Cassatt's white oar at a similar angle on the left edge of the boating party. The obtuse angle of the dark shape in the upper right of the front of the cabin in the Friedrich painting is a similar angle and color as the right upper shoulder of the man rowing the boat in the boating party. The off-white snowy top of the cottage makes a curve like the off-white curved back of the woman's hat in the boating party. And the final painting which I want to show you where Mary Cassatt references Friedrich's art is Chalk Cliffs at Rügen, painted in 1818 by Friedrich. It's at the Kunstmuseum Winterthur in Stadtgarten, Switzerland. Now, I believe that Cassatt intended to reference all of Friedrich's artwork, so take a look at other artwork by Caspar David Friedrich. A good place to look is wikimediacommons.com. But here, looking at Chalk Cliffs at Rügen, both paintings show the sea and feature a man on the right side of the painting wearing a dark outfit and head facing to the left. The Friedrich painting shows a man crouching with a dark outfit, and his back makes an outline like the rowing man's dark hat outline in the boating party. The woman in red in Chalk Cliffs at Rügen has an outstretched right arm, like the outstretched left arm of Mary Cassatt's man rowing the boat. From my experience at looking at multi-references, it's very likely that Mary Cassatt multi-referenced more artists than Caspar David Friedrich and Pierre-Auguste Renoir in her painting, The Boating Party. I think that using the multi-reference technique is to showcase a master artist as being a master artist, and also to pay homage to the artists that they're referencing. These references also tell more of the story, as I've pointed out in a few of these references in this video. I also have a newsletter, a free newsletter, which talks about tools for master artists to create master art and also to understand master art. I hope you subscribe. Thank you for watching.